Ego-Transcendence is, as Swami Kriyananda has told us, the essence of the spiritual path. The spiritual path is not a theoretical abstraction. The spiritual path is moment-to-moment self-offering. We need to be vigilant in every moment to see if there's that puffed up feeling of, oh, I am really good at this, or conversely, that feeling of, it's hopeless, I'm so weak, I can't do it. Both of those flip sides of the coin of ego thwart our progress. We need to offer everything up to God, all the good that we do, all the things we succeed at, and all the failure. Give it all to God, surrendering everything to Him. We have to realize in the end that it is He who is living our life with us. He's our constant companion. He knows every thought. He knows every feeling. God is the doer in a very real sense. We just have to realize that truth. It's not as though God will do it all for us. We have to put out energy. We have to try. It's us who is progressing or falling back. We have to put out energy. At the same time, surrendering that energy and the outcome of every venture always to God. Swami talks about ego-transcendence in this book, A Renunciate Order for the New Age, and he devotes an entire chapter to practical ways of transcending the ego. And I will read one of them today. When someone criticizes you, analyze yourself to see whether there may not be something in you that needs correction. Don't answer hotly and challengingly, "Oh, and what about you?" proceeding then to list his shortcomings which balance out your own. Don't be defensive, and never try to justify yourself. For often, however, it is a mistake to admit to a fault. For unless the other person is a true friend, he may someday hold that admission over your head. Simply say, "Thank you. Maybe you are right. I will give the matter my careful consideration." In this way, you will not involve yourself in any personal or emotional complications. That's the issue when we react to what other people say to us or about us. When we react, we start creating karma. I knew a friend who would often say, when talking about other people's criticism of her, she would say, "Your opinion of me is none of my business." And I always love that. That's a great way of looking at it. Let it all roll off like water off a duck's back. Just don't pay any attention. However, inside yourself, see if there is something that you need to correct. If there's some fault that you need to work on. That person's opinion may be God trying to tell you something. But don't let it stop your energy. Don't let it go into reaction and anger towards another person, and don't let it sink your confidence. A good way of thinking of it is to think God is the doer. God is the one acting through me. And the more that I invite him in, the more he will come in and help me in everything that I'm doing. And so draw him in. Another important point in this reading is that we shouldn't blithely admit our faults to the masses. Unless someone is a very dear, dear friend, and even then, why burden them with it? I had a friend once who was quite ill, but she didn't want anyone to know that she had anything wrong because she didn't want to be treated like a sick person. And there's a lot of wisdom in that. Swami Kriyananda once told a woman, a dear friend of mine who had AIDS, this was back in the 1980s when there just wasn't a lot of treatment for it, and he told her, never give in to the consciousness of the disease. Never think, oh, I am this, I am that. I have this disease, this illness. No, I am a child of God, live in the light, and realize most of all that we are trying to transcend all the littleness, all the selfishness, all the attitudes of mind that keep us from happiness, from realizing our vast nature as one with God. And so, be in this adventure with God and know that ego-transcendence, if we work on it, if we give it energy, is our way to freedom.